Greetings, beautiful people. I hope you're well and having a fantastic day. We have another one pot dish on the menu today. We love one pot dishes because it makes for easy cleanup. For those of you who are always on the run, this is a go-to because you're going to be able to pack all your nutrients into one pot, and it's going to be satisfying for each member of your family. Now we're going to make it flavorful too, because you know it's flavor galore when you are in a novice kitchen. I'm excited. Today we are making chicken and potatoes. Who doesn't love chicken and potatoes? All right, friends, so you all know it's always good to prep ahead of time, which I have done, and I'd like to walk you through what I have done so far. So I prepared a brine with 1 gallon of water and 1/4 a cup of salt. Then I also added some thyme for that lemony, zesty flavor and aroma. And then I also included the rind of 1 lemon. Then I brought it to a boil and I let it all cool down. Now, if you wanted to cool down sooner, you can shock it with some ice. So that was done. And while our zesty brine was cooling down, we proceeded to thoroughly clean the chicken. We used lemon juice today and gave each chicken a thorough scrub. Yes, so friends and family, we have to clean our chicken. It is a huge no-no to just take it out of its package and cook it. You have to clean it first, because what will happen is you will end up contaminating your surfaces. No. We were taught to clean our protein, and everything we put into our food, clean it well before we cook it. So this is the best way to do it, really. You need acid and you need cool running water, not hot, all right? So after I did all that cleansing of the chicken, I halved them because these are Cornish chicken. I really want them to cook fast. That is really the whole point of one pot dishes. You don't want to spend too much time on it. So after halving it, I went ahead and used the other half of the lemon to clean the inside of the chicken, since it's easier access now to the actual cavity of the chicken. So after that, I lowered them into the brine that has cooled down. Now, when I say this brine is zesty, boy, oh boy, you see it has thyme in there, and then it also has the lemon rind. So you see, it cannot get zestier than this. So this chicken is clean. We will be brining the chicken in the refrigerator for 1.5 hours only. Because of the size of the Cornish chicken, they're miniature, they're smaller, so they brine faster. And now that our chicken is brining in the fridge, we have time to prepare a marinade. So when it comes out, it's ready to take the marinade, and in the oven it goes. Prepare the marinade with the following ingredients in this order: smoked paprika, all-purpose seasoning, crushed white pepper, cayenne pepper for a slight bit of a kick, which I love, but it is optional. Salt to taste. The amount of salt you use is per your own preference. You can adjust to your taste. Homemade spice and herb blend. We also added the juice of half a lemon and some olive oil, extra virgin. Now combine well and set aside. Your marinade is ready. We're going to use half of the marinade on the potatoes and the vegetables we have selected for this recipe, as well as the chicken. Now our chicken are still brining, so we have plenty of time to work with our vegetables and potatoes. Now I'm using red potatoes and Yukon gold potatoes, but you can use any kind of potatoes you like. These I like because they bake well. You know, they kind of keep their integrity. They don't fall apart unless you want them to be very tender. Then what you can do is parboil them first with a generous amount of salt in your water. All right, and then proceed to bake them. So that way they have almost that fall apart mashed texture. Okay, so now I've added my carrots, the onions, and the celery, and now I'm throwing on about half of the marinade. And this marinade is just brilliant because it will accentuate the freshness of all the ingredients being used. If you haven't
prepared your homemade spice and fresh herb blend, look in the description box for the link.
Now, the brining has occurred for an hour and a half. We are ready to remove that chicken from the brine solution and proceed.
Yes, exactly. And by proceed, I mean we're going to now marinate the chicken. This chicken, dear, they treat me, we're giving this chicken there. This chicken is happy. This chicken is so happy, I'm telling you, and Mama is happy too. So I'm patting them dry so that the marinade doesn't slide off, okay? All right, so now I'm throwing the marinade on. And I'm just going to massage the marinade into my chicken pieces. Yes, so Mommy P's Kitchen. I'm always going to mention you when I talk about massaging my protein. I hope you're doing well, my dear friend and sister. All right, so that goes on. And we want to make sure that every crevice in this chicken pieces have received some of this marinade because it's goodness. Yes, it's really goodness. All right, so once all of that is done, they are ready to be thrown onto the potatoes and the rest of the vegetables in the roasting pan and into the oven. They will be going. Now I will be baking to start with at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for the first 10 minutes just to get some color and caramelization on the chicken, and then I'm going to turn the heat down to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the rest of the way until my chicken is done cooking. I will check the temperature of it to make sure that it is above 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where I feel safe with my chicken, my cooked chicken, okay? Now, as long as it's above 165 degrees Fahrenheit or at 165 degrees Fahrenheit, you are safe to eat it. Also, you want to pay attention to the tenderness of your vegetables according to your preference. Now, I had some of the chicken remaining. I had 5 Cornish chicken to begin with, and I only used 3 of them. So I reserved the other half. I'm going to be using them in another recipe coming up soon. So what I did was just remove them and place them in this bowl for the other recipe. And so please stay tuned. That's coming up. It's crispy fried chicken, not Ghanaian way, which I have shared already. You will totally love this one too. Now you hear, my friends, how my voice went straight into bass mode. That's how exciting that other recipe is. So I hope you stay tuned and watch it. I am basting the chicken now. So it's been in the oven for 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I reserved some of that marinade, and so I'm just coating the chicken pieces with it so that it stays juicy and the skin gets really nice and crispy. You know, just the way you want your chicken skin to be. If you're going to have chicken skin, you want it to be crispy, right? Yeah, because it's yummy. It's yummy. All right, so back into the oven it goes, and I'm turning the heat down now to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And the total cooking time took 45 minutes for me, with just a small amount of emphasis on for me. All right, so in other words, it could be relative, okay? So you're paying attention to the tenderness of your vegetables as well. All right, if you want them to be more tender, then you're obviously going to cook longer. Done, ready to serve. The chicken is juicy like nobody's business. And that is a major benefit of brining your poultry before you cook it. Baking, roasting, even frying. Yes, even your seafood. And I have evidenced that by brining my mackerel in several videos ago, in which the outcome of that baked mackerel had an incredible plump juiciness to it. Now here, it's evidenced again. This is really a juicy piece of chicken. It is chop time, friends, and here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair because we are all friends here. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two and you had fun, and if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. I hope to see you pretty soon on my next one. Until then, make it a great day and have fun, especially in that kitchen.